In Ezekiel 1:22, Ezekiel saw something that looked like an expanse, and it looked like ice. Ezekiel knew that birds could have flown through the expanse that he saw. In Genesis 1:8, God called the expanse heavens. The expanse is heavens, and Ezekiel knew that birds fly in the heavens. Now, carefully meditate on some key Bible verses. 1 Kings 18:45, the heavens grew black. The expanse is heavens. In 1 Kings 18:45, the heavens grew black as a result of clouds that were in the heavens, the expanse, rather than as a result of the relatively empty quality of the heavens, the expanse. Heavens themselves are transparent. The Holy Bible repeatedly proves that a visual description of the heavens, which is what God called the expanse, is a description of things that are in the heavens, things that are in the expanse. Are you prepared to call God a liar? In Jeremiah 4:28, God said, "The heavens above be black," because things in the heavens were black. Daniel 12:3 references the brightness of the expanse. The brightest source of light that emanates from within the Genesis 1:6 through 8 expanse is the sun. In that respect, the expanse is bright. Of course, the expanse itself does not shine. The expanse, per se, is empty space, and empty space itself does not shine. And yet, Daniel the prophet referenced the brightness of the expanse. Daniel 12:3 is one of the verses that proves that a visual description of the expanse describes the things that are in the expanse rather than the expanse itself. The three-dimensional zone of space, the expanse, that is referenced in Jeremiah 4:28 was black because things that were in that zone of space were black. The three-dimensional zone of space, the expanse, that is referenced in 1 Kings 18:45 was black because things that were in that zone of space were black. The three-dimensional zone of space, the expanse, that is referenced in Daniel 12:3 is bright because a thing, the sun, that is in that zone of space is bright. The three-dimensional zone of space, expanse, that is referenced in Ezekiel 1:22 resembled ice because things that were in that zone of space resembled ice. The outermost boundary of the Genesis 1:6 through 8 expanse is demarcated by the spherical shell of the Oort cloud. The spherical shell of the Oort cloud is occupied by comet nuclei, and comet nuclei are mostly water ice. Ezekiel saw a representation of the Genesis 1:6 through 8 expanse. Despite the fact that the English word crystal appears in Ezekiel 1:22 in some English Bible translations, the Hebrew word that crystal in those English Bible translations was translated from is kerak, Strong's 7140, which actually means ice or frost. The Hebrew word kerak was translated into ice in Job 6:16, Job 38:29, Psalm 147:17, and Ezekiel 1:22 in many English Bibles. The Hebrew word kerak was translated into frost in Genesis 31:40, Job 37:10, and Jeremiah 36:30. In Ezekiel 1:22, Ezekiel saw the ice that is in the spherical shell of the Oort cloud. Jesus is the Messiah.